Hello students, welcome to our online video tutorial class. Today I will be starting with the next topic of the same chapter, Living World, that is Nomenclature System and Taxonomic Aids. I think who has seen the previous video, they have seen actually there I have discussed about the entire taxonomy and systematics part. So today I have decided that I will be starting with this part. So first, when we will be starting with this part, first we have to know about what is nomenclature. Already when I have talked about the different steps of taxonomic classification, there I have told that nomenclature is the mechanism by which we are providing names to the various organisms. So when we are identifying their characteristic feature, we are classifying them. After that we have to give the name to them. So nomenclature is that system to naming the organisms. Now the point is, what are the type of names we can give them? We can give them two type of names. One is common name, another one is scientific name. Clear? Common name is the name which is commonly implemented to them, and which specific name most of the people throughout the world they know, and that specific name is always given based on the local language. Okay, so this specific name, mostly as an example, tiger, that is the common name for the organism in English. English is an international language, so for that reason each and every country who are following English, so they can properly understand what tiger means. But the scientists have provided another name that is called the scientific name, which is commonly discussed by students, teachers as well as scientific researchers. So specifically for the research work, for the study purpose, we are using another name which is in Latin, that is commonly known as scientific name. As an example, in case of tiger, the scientific name is Panthera tigris. Now the point is, common name is always for the common people, for the citizen of each and every country who are not directly related with the biology or who are not directly related with the taxonomy or systematic stream. And the scientific name is specifically related, it is required for the people like student, teacher, researchers, taxonomists, for those. Okay, so I think you have understood whatever the difference in between this common name and scientific name. But one more thing here I want to say, that common name most of the time it is not significant for the organism. As an example, starfish. Starfish is such kind of organism which is belonging from the phylum Echinodermata. It is looking like star, that's why the name has been given starfish. But it's not a fish. It's not belonging from the class Pisces or fish. It is belonging from the phylum Echinodermata. So the significant, that common name, whatever it is given to that organism, that is mostly non-significant or insignificant. Okay, insignificant. But in case of scientific name, that will be always significant, because whatever the scientific name we are providing, each and for species name as well as for genus name, whatever the name we are providing, always there should be a meaning. But both of the names are in Latin. That is the thing. Next we are going for binomial nomenclature. This is a nomenclature system whatever we are following, or which we have followed from that time when Carolus Linnaeus has proposed this nomenclature system. Binomial nomenclature system means the nomenclature system where there should be two names. One is genus name, another one is species name. Genus name can be called in biological terminology, that is generic name, and species name will be called as specific epithet. You can see here the generic name, which is actually the genus name, and specific epithet, which is actually the species name. Considering. So always binomial nomenclature will be considering these two terms, generic name and specific epithet. What should be the rules for binomial nomenclature? When we are giving the binomial nomenclature, or when taxonomists are giving the name to any of the organism following binomial nomenclature, they have to follow these rules. First of all, the name should be in Latin. Okay, strictly it should be in Latin. Second, first letter of the generic name, it should be capital, and the first letter of the specific epithet or the species name will be small. Any kind of scientific name you will see anywhere, the first letter of the generic name will be always capital, and the first letter of the specific epithet or species name will be small. Third rule, if the name is printed in the book, it will be in italics format. Okay, and if you are writing in the copy or in the exam or anywhere, you have to underline the generic name and specific epithet separately. Clear? Next, name of the scientist who has proposed the name, or who has told the name first, or who has discovered the name, his name will be kept, or his name will be written in a small bracket in very short manner. As an example, if Carolus Linnaeus is providing any binomial nomenclature or any nomenclature to any organism, we are providing, or we are writing the scientist's name like this: Linn dot Linn, Linn after the name of after the scientific name of that organism. So these rules we have to strictly follow when we are naming any organism. Okay, now we are moving on. I am moving to the next part and the last part for this chapter, that is taxonomic aids. What are the taxonomic aids? Aids means some tools or equipments or methods which we are using for taxonomic classification of various organisms. So those tools or equipments or methods or mechanisms are commonly known as taxonomic aids. Now the point is, first taxonomic aid we can see, that is the museum. Always when we will be classifying the organism or when we want to study about any organism, we are going to the museum. Because in museums, there are various kinds of animals, plants who are existing as well as who are extinct already. Their specimens, dead specimens, are generally kept within the formalin, within a such kind of chemical, or without the formalin or without the chemical also, their specimens are kept. So obviously by going to the museum we can get idea about extinct organisms. Okay, so from there how the modern organisms have come, so that idea, that pathway will be getting clear if we will study about those specific dead preserved specimen or plant body parts or animal body parts. So those are all kept in the museum. So obviously museum will be helping us for classifying any of the organisms. Next, zoological garden or zoo. When you are going to the zoo or zoological garden, you can see various kinds of animals belonging from various phylums or various classes. So those all organisms are living organisms. So obviously by seeing the living organisms you can understand about their food habit, you can understand about their habit, about their morphological features, obviously not the anatomical features, because for that reason, for that you have to dissect that organism, but morphological feature, their food habit, their behavior, how they are walking, how they are sleeping, all these aspects you can determine or you can understand when you are going to zoological garden. So obviously by going to zoological garden you can see several foreign animal species also. So by that you can get obviously the idea about each and every organism properly, which will help you during the taxonomic study. Third, botanical garden. Botanical garden is another place where various kinds of Indian or native species as well as foreign species of plants are preserved there, as well as plants are kept. Various extinct plants are also cultivated there. So automatically you will be getting idea about various kinds of existing and extinct plant, from where obviously it will be easier to study about the taxonomic classification, or you can categorize the plant in proper manner, in proper division or in proper kingdom. So the botanical garden is also helping you for determining the classification process, or for how to classify this process, that you can understand. Next, herbarium. Herbarium is such kind of sheet where you are pasting dead plant specimens. Obviously extinct plant specimen as well as existing plant specimens who are dead, you can paste it there. So like that, several herbarium sheets are also preserved in botanical gardens. From there, various kinds of smaller extinct trees or extinct plants or saplings, you can get idea about them. And if you can relate those extinct plant species with the modern any plant species, obviously you can trace the evolutionary pathway, you can study about their relationship, you can study the systematics automatically, and taxonomy obviously you can study. Next and the last point and the last taxonomic aids you can see here, that is key. What is key? Key is actually the list of contrasting characteristic features by which you can categorize the organisms in different category or taxon. So that specific list of contrasting characteristic features is commonly known as key. First of all, in case of key, two terminologies you have to know properly. One is couplet, another one is lead. What is couplet? Couplet is actually the pair of contrasting features which are written in a sheet or in a page. So the pair of contrasting features is called as commonly couplet, and each and every feature of each and every pair, each and every feature of each pair is commonly known as lead or lead. Okay, so this couplet or lead, I think these two things are very much, these two terminologies are very much clear to you. Each and every pair of contrasting feature known as couplet, and each feature or single feature of every pair is known as lead. Key can be of two types, indented key and bracketed key. What is indented key? When the characteristic features of any organism is enlisted in a pair manner obviously, but that is enlisted in a sequential manner, then it will be called as indented key. Again I am repeating, suppose you have bought a key where the features, contrasting pair of features are enlisted in a sequential manner, then it will be called as indented key. But bracketed key is a such kind of contrasting pair characteristic pair of characteristics containing list where the characteristic features are not properly written in a sequential manner. It's not present in sequence. So how we have to follow? Just beside each and every contrasting pair of features in a bracket the number is written. That means suppose after one feature, if it is written in a bracket 9, that means after one number feature you have to go to the 9th feature. Now you have studied the 9th feature, you are trying to search the similarity and dissimilarity with the organism which one you have invented or you have obtained. Now after 9th feature, if it is written in a bracket 4, that means you have to jump to the 4th feature. Now you have gone to 4th feature. You are considering that feature with that organism which one you have obtained. Now after consideration which feature is coming appropriate, then after just 4th feature, if in a bracket it is written 2, that means you have to jump to the 2nd feature. So like that, bracketed key containing several pairs of contrasting characteristic features, but those are not properly or sequentially arranged. Those are not proper in sequence. So that is the bracketed key. So these two types of keys are actually made according to requirement. We will be using those type of keys. The last thing, that is the species concept. What is species? First of all, the species is a group of individuals who are morphologically, anatomically almost similar, sharing common gene pool and inbreeding with each other, but they can't outbreed. Outbreed means they will not reproduce with such kind of organisms who are belonging another group of individuals. So obviously those organisms or that group of organisms are commonly known as species, who are morphologically similar, anatomically similar almost, sharing same gene pool, as well as they are inbreeding with each other. They are not outbreeding or they are not reproducing with any other group of individuals. They are known as species. Features of species, whatever just I have told now, those features only you will write. Same morphological features, same anatomical features, sharing common gene pool, as well as they are inbreeding, they can't outbreed. So these points only you will be writing in a feature. Automatically it will be done. Species concept. Specifically there are two species concept was implemented or it was proposed. One is biological species concept and evolutionary species concept. Biological species concept is a such kind of concept where it has been told that the group of individuals who can inbreed, who can't outbreed with others. That is the biological species concept, which was proposed by Ernst Mayr. Ernst Mayr was proposed this specific species concept where he has told the group of individuals who can inbreed with each other but can't outbreed. That is biological species concept. But what is evolutionary species concept? Evolutionary species concept is a such kind of species concept where it has been told that obviously the existing individuals of any species will be showing some similarities as well as dissimilarities from the extinct one or from the previously existing one. So in an evolutionary process, from the extinct organism, the newly developed advanced existing organism has come. That has been actually told as in biological species concept. So in the biological species concept, it has been in the evolutionary species concept. So in the evolutionary species concept, it has been told that the group of organisms who are showing similarity and dissimilarity with the extinct organism, or we can through the evolutionary we can understand about the evolutionary how the group of individuals have come from their ancestor. That is evolutionary species concept. So these are the species concepts that last I have discussed. So totally whatever I have discussed, I am recapitulating again. One is nomenclature system, two types, common name and scientific name. Next, binomial nomenclature proposed by Carolus Linnaeus. Under binomial nomenclature, two terms will be there. One is generic name, another one is specific epithet. This is genus name, this is species name. Rules: name always will be given in Latin. First letter of the generic name will be capital, but the first letter of specific epithet will be small. Name will be always, when it is printed format, then it will be italics, but when it is written on that time it is underlined. Name of scientist, that is always will be kept in a bracket in short manner. Taxonomic aid, 5 taxonomic aids I have discussed. First museum, then zoological garden, botanical garden, herbarium and key. Within key, two very important terminologies are: one is couplet, that is a pair of contrasting characteristic features, and a single feature of each contrasting feature, that is known as lead or lead. There are two types of keys: indented key and bracketed key. These 2 points are also very much important. Then species definition, features of species that already I have told, and concept of species, that is a biological species concept and evolutionary species concept. I think the entire portion, whatever I have discussed, that is the last part of the chapter living world, you have understood, and I think you have enjoyed this video a lot. Please follow the previous videos as well as this video to get proper knowledge about the chapter living world. Okay, thank you everyone.